Let's go. You already know what it is. CNT Talking Tiger, Courtney Chandler, Tony Milford. As you don't know, now you know. We excited. We excited. We
much better start to the show. You know, after coming off a win, you know what I'm saying? We came in kind of head down, you know, dragging a little bit, you know. We got mollywop, you know, at home in front of everybody. It was live and in living color for Courtney. But, you know, we come back, we bounce back. We thought we was going, you know, it was nip and tuck there at the beginning like we both thought. But, you know, we prevailed. I ain't had to hear no hog, pig, suey, too tough. You know what I'm saying? And we went down there and exercised the usual Auburn demon, which is Arkansas Razorback at 11 o'clock in the morning, whether in Jordan or Fayetteville. That is always a problem. And hey, shout out to Brian Harsin too on exercising road demons so far, man.
Exactly, exercising the road demons. And for all them Arkansas fans that was salty about last year about the call, and y'all thought we was gonna go down there and it was gonna be the same thing. Nah, not this time. No call, no major call affected this game. Hey, the Reverend was supposed to be on last week. He had some difficulties, but he let me show you something, Tony. Hold on one second. I got something to show y'all. This one. So the Reverend had this thing in his house, and it kept bothering him. So he put this Auburn blanket over it before the game. And look, this pig is now been
anointed. Rev over there casting out demons.
He has cast out this Auburn, or this whatever this pig is. He done cast the demon out, and he wanted to let y'all know that he cast the demon out for us. So I'm gonna keep this blanket on this little pig demon for the rest of the year. In honor of
shout out to the good Reverend, AU. We missed him last week.
Yeah, we missed him, but he had an effect, and he put that blanket over him. And
tell Rev we're gonna be looking for him again on our next road trip down to College Station.
Oh yeah, he gonna be ready. But yeah, then let's get into the game a little bit. As we know, Auburn won 38-23, winning the Fayetteville, handle business. I mean, Tony, I don't know about you, but the game plan starting off for this game and throughout the entire game, I thought it was perfect of how they executed the ball early with Bo Nix getting to his receivers, which we didn't see, you know, a lot of times. But that very first drive, I think we kind of knew, all right, Bobo gonna throw the ball this game. It ain't gonna be too much running. But yeah, he gonna throw the ball.
We ran the ball some because I mean we threw it. Bo was 21 for 26.
Yeah.
He was very efficient. I think Tank had 18 carries. Jaquez had like 10 carries. Bo had a few carries. Right. So the run pass game was very balanced this week, which is what we will need to move forward. Which I really think this week was the preeminent evidence of what it would look like going forward, what the Brian Harsin offense would look like. It'd be fast, quick, efficient passing games with the run game mixed in, play action, would take you a deep shot here and there. Demetrius Robinson took a long one to the house.
Javaris too.
Yeah, Javaris with the first touchdown of the game was 39 yards. 39 yards straight. Tank was 18 carries, 68 yards. Jaquez was like 10 for 27. But it was the fact that we had the multiple attempts. We ran it more than we threw it. And I was very, very, very happy and encouraged with that. And I liked the way we looked when we ran the ball more than we threw the ball. We didn't put a lot of pressure on Bo. A lot of pressure went on the offensive line to drop back and have to protect. Our pass protection isn't our strongest suit. So I like the fact that we mixed everything up. Man, we had some good points, but I'm glad the bye week here because we had some things that we need to work on. We still had 6 penalties this game.
Yeah, and some of them penalties could have been definitely could have been avoided. So I think that's
and I don't like this. So we need to clean that up. On defense, Arkansas, which was a very good team, which came to play. They played good ball, which we knew they would. They're a very solid team. They were 10 for 19 on third down, man. They was getting like every other third down, basically. I didn't like that.
Good.
But they was 0 for 3 on fourth down. So that was a big part of it. We sacked them 3 times. I thought that was great. But they ran the ball down our freaking throats, boys. Do you hear me?
Yeah,
They
did.
the ball down our throat. Them
They
boys
did.
had 232 yards rushing. They had, I think, 3 people with double-digit carries. Four rushers that toted the ball over 5 times. They spread the wealth out. We couldn't stop Burks. Burks had 9 for 109 and 2 touchdowns. So, but Burks is a Sunday receiver. So
yeah, he kind of
ain't
like
no shame.
Butte. You know, he
ain't no
like
shame. Ain't no shame in not being able to stop Burks because ain't too many people can really stop Burks. That boy is a Sunday receiver. Right. He's an NFL player, so ain't no shame in that.
I will say this about you said something about the running game. They gave up 32 yards on the ground, but they only gave up 1 touchdown. So I was happy that they didn't give up multiple touchdowns. So that was a good spot.
Yeah, but man, there's a lot of yards in there. We got to clean that up, man.
We got to clean it up.
But going into the bye week, that's what the bye week's for, to give you opportunity to clean up what you messed up. Trying to reflect back on the first half of the season because we got a tough little stretch going forward with both Mississippi's, A&M, South Carolina, and Alabama left on the schedule. Right. So, like I said, it was a good win. It was a great win. It was another SEC road win for Brian Harsin. You know what I mean? Which Gus didn't get a lot of those. And he rarely got them outside of he definitely didn't get them in Baton. He never got one in Baton Rouge. He didn't win in Athens. Never won in Tuscaloosa. So Brian Harsin, you're on the clock next year. But you've already, like I said, going down to Fayetteville and winning at 11 o'clock is no small task. Any Auburn fan would tell you Arkansas at 11 o'clock in the morning has been a thorn in our side for years. And I mean, since I can remember, at least 25 years. You know what I mean? I know for a matter of fact, I'm going to say 30. I'm going to say for the last 30 years because I'm almost 40. I definitely know for the last 30 years, Arkansas on a Saturday morning is a problem. I remember they had a running back named, I think his name was Fred Jones. Man ran all over us. They had a guy named, I think his name was Fred Talley. It was Fred Talley. That's his name. His name was Fred Talley. He had a gap in his mouth bigger than Michael Strahan. Man, that boy ran all over us one Saturday in Auburn, man. We couldn't stop that boy, man. It was terrible, man. Then one year we went down to Arkansas, 11 o'clock kickoff. Man, it was raining cats and dogs. Mud everywhere. Man, it was
I know they lost one. The first year Chiswick was there, they went to Arkansas and it was 11 o'clock kickoff and it was raining and they lost bad. I remember that one very vividly. Yeah.
Man, Arkansas is a tough place to play, but we've exercised those demons, man. We just need to keep progressing and moving forward, man. And I think we're doing a good job of that. I like what half has us. You know what I'm saying? There's been some ups and downs. There's been some things we wish could have done different. A couple of games. Well, at least one game I wish would have went different. It wasn't no going different in that one particular game. That just what it was. That was gonna be what it was. So accept that and move on. So I feel like we've only lost one game that we could have won, and it's looking good. So man, I know you want to get your thoughts on the Arkansas game. If not, man, we can talk about this first half of the season.
Yeah, I think that game really was a must win for us. I think it keeps us in the conversation going forward in the SEC West. Now I think it's really up to 3 teams now. You got Auburn, Ole Miss, Alabama. Between them, and if you really think about it, it might just be Auburn, Alabama.
Check this out though. Cause Ole Miss and A&M still gotta play, right?
Yeah.
Ole Miss and A&M still gotta play. We still gotta play Ole Miss and A&M. Don't count A&M out, because I
don't want to count them out.
Check this out. Let's say we beat Ole Miss. A&M beats Ole Miss. So Ole Miss out of it. we lose to A&M, but we beat Alabama. Boy, it'll be some smoke in the city then. Everybody have 2
Yeah.
losses in the West.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be. But no. We would only have 1 loss in the West.
Yeah.
So you gotta look at it like that, man. We really just got the balls in our court. If we handle our business the rest of the way out, if we beat Ole Miss, Mississippi State, we beat A&M, we beat we beat Carolina, and then we beat Bama, we can go get beat again in the SEC championship game.
Yep. We can get our rematch. Well, hey man, let's get these mid-season awards. You know, we at the halfway point of the season. We in the bye week. So let's talk about some awards. So first award, best game so far of the season. I'm gonna give that award. I don't know about you, Tony, but I'm gonna give that award to the LSU game, and solely because that game we broke that doggone curse. Harsin went into the Baton Rouge, broke that doggone curse. Bo Nix played just lights out. So I got to give the best game so far they played so far throughout the entire season was the LSU game. What about you?
The best game of the season, I wouldn't say we played the best, but I think the best game of the season is definitely the LSU game, simply because it was the magnitude of the game, where it was, and what it meant to our season to win that game on the road where it was. Now, had we won that Penn State game, I might have would have went that way, but because of the 22 years, the way it played out, the dramatics, the fourth quarter, the fourth down conversions, the scrambling, the defense, like all that, and plus the way that defense, Mason and that defense showed up in that second half and really just shut them all the way down. That LSU game was definitely the best game of the season.
Yep. Hey, we in agreement with that. We might be a little bit in disagreement for these next two. Offensive MVP. Who you got offensive MVP so far for the midway?
Man, I'm gonna be honest, man. I looked at a couple of people. Our passing game we don't have a standout receiver. Like Demetrius Robinson is our lead receiver, but he only got like 300 yards, 3 touchdowns, about 50 yards a game. I looked in the backfield. Tank averaged about 75 yards a game, but Jaquez averages about 70 yards a game. So, in all, man, it led me to one person, man. I mean, he hasn't been the best in the world, but he's only turned it over twice. Yeah. He's completed 61% of it, basically about 61% of his passes, 8 touchdowns in the air, 2 on the ground. So he's got 10 touchdowns to only 2 picks. He's got about 1,500 yards passing. Wow. He's so far been our best playmaker on offense. And so my offensive player so far this season is Bo Nix. I mean, where else can I go? I feel like if I pick any other person, I wouldn't be being honest with myself, with you, with anybody with Auburn people. And we would just be hating because nobody's really stood out week in and week out outside of Bo Nix having the ball in his hands.
Yeah, I like Bo, but I want to give somebody. I think somebody else, has been shining. I think Bo is definitely, has been. He has had some moments where he's like, he had some moments you're like, okay, yeah, like Bo got it. But I want to give it to somebody else. And
I know who you give it to.
Yeah, I think you know who I'm about to give it to. I'm giving it to Jaquez Hunter. I'm giving it to Jaquez. Jaquez.
Hey, let me tell you, I was right there with you. With this last game against Arkansas, he didn't really bring that to the table, and that what kept me from bringing. But I was with you. I was on the same page with you though.
I'm giving it to Jaquez. Jaquez, true freshman, came in already immediate impact. Besides the last 2 games, he's had a definite impact on all the games. 492 yards, 3 touchdowns so far. as a true freshman, I think he's already in the right steps. If we can just get more production out of him, and hopefully he won't play like he played the last 2 games, and struggle. I think he's gonna be, fine. But I ain't gonna. It was between Bo and Jaquez, and I went with Jaquez. Just because how he played so far.
Yeah. So I'm with you. I'm
Yeah.
with you.
Yeah. All right. Defensive MVP. Man, this was tough for me because
It
I
was
like a
tough
lot
for
of
me.
people on the defense. But so I gave it to 2 people. I have co-defensive players MVP so far. I got Kobe McClain because that man is everywhere on the field and always making an impact. So far, he got 28. So far, he got 28 tackles. And as I can hop back, there we go. So far, he got 28 tackles. And I also want to give it to Derek Hall. 18 tackles so far, 4 sacks, 1 forced fumble. I think these two, it's more people on defense that has been playing well, but I think these 2 have really been standout as far as on the defensive end. So my 2 defensive MVPs for the midseason, Kobe McClain and Derek Hall. Who you got, Tony?
All right, it was tough to me. I had 3 people up for this award. I had Kobe Wooden. I think you might just be pulling out their assist totals as far as tackles. I got their solos and assists put together. So I had Kobe Wooden with 48 tackles and 3.5 sacks. I had him. He was strongly in my discussion. He's been very consistent all year, bringing pressure and applying pressure in the pass game and stopping the run. Derek Hall, 44 tackles, 4 sacks. He's been a force. I felt the same way you did about him. He's been setting that edge really well. As you can see with the 44 tackles and also getting to the quarterback. He's tied for the team lead in sacks with our boy Leota. He also has 4 sacks. And Kobe Wooden right there, half a sack behind him with 3.5. But my guy was Kobe McClain all by himself, 78 tackles. And you could tell the difference from when he wasn't on the field.
Yes.
After the Penn State game, when he came out, you could tell the difference. When he missed the first half of the Georgia Southern game, Georgia State, whoever the hell them for, I still don't know who the folks were. The first half of that game, you could tell the difference.
Right.
You could see
right.
his impact, his presence is felt on their side on the opponent's side because they feel his presence because he makes so many plays, and on our side for the same reason because he makes so many plays and he does so many things for us on that field. He makes up for a lot of people. He covers a lot of ground. He does a lot. He's not the biggest guy in the world, but he packs a punch and he does his job consistently. So Kobe McClain was definitely my defensive MVP for the first half of the season. I went with Bo because he has the ball in his hands most of the time, and we win or lose basically how we go as Bo Nix goes. Hopefully we got a sign of things to come with that game plan Saturday down in Fayetteville. So if we can keep it in that realm, I think we'll be all right, man, moving forward. And I think we can, can get our way into that SEC championship game. Now, I know how people say, it's hard to beat a team twice, but with the formula that Georgia has, all they have to do is apply it. And we're just not physically ready for Georgia yet. So even if we play them again, it might be a little closer. But I still think the same thing's gonna happen. We're gonna lose to those guys. But I'd be encouraged if we finished out the season, the regular season. What is it? We'd be 9-3, I believe. With a loss in the SEC championship game to Georgia, winning the division, beating Alabama. I'd be happy with that. So going forward, man, I hope Bo can build on what he's got. I hope he can improve. Because I'd like to see more than 8 touchdowns in the second half of the season. Yeah, I'd like to see him complete a higher percentage of passes. In college, I need you to be 60, at least 68 and up in college, 66 bare minimum, 66, 68 and up in college. You really need to be completing a high percentage of passes to be one of the better signal callers in the nation. As far as defense, I really need us to tighten and ran on a little bit. I need us to get off the field on third down. I would like to turn the ball over a little more in the secondary. We only have 2, maybe 3. Yeah, I'd like to turn the ball over a little more in the secondary. I like to shore up that run defense, get off the field on third downs, and
Right.
I think we'll be moving in the right direction.
Yeah, I think so too. I think as we could do those things that you mentioned, I think as we can get the run game going a little bit more with Tank and Jarquez, I think that would definitely help Bo as well, kind of moving forward. I'm kind of in agreement with you. I want to see him in that 60% range, 65 to 70%. If we can get him there, I think he'll be really good. Hopefully we can get him some more, he can get some more touchdowns in the game. I listen, I just really want to see Bo just continue to progress, and I think we're starting to see that in this system with Harson. And I want to say this: we're seeing even in losses, I think we are seeing progression in some area of the team, and we couldn't say this last year. I'm just gonna be quite honest with you. You really couldn't say this. So I think this coaching staff is really showing their effect on the team as far as improving them and getting them, making sure they're getting better. So for all the Auburn fans, you have a lot to be encouraged by, because we didn't see this, in the previous coaching staff. I can say that, and the players have bought into it, so that's also a good thing. So moving forward, I would love to continue to see the players continue to get better in the system, in the system that is going, especially the offensive system. I think Mike Bobo has done. I wouldn't say he's done a great job. I think he's done a good job as far as making sure that we have some type of game plan in place, but also that players, are in the right position. And it's not like they just out there fending for themselves. Defensive, it's not as quickly as we would probably expect, but I think Derek Mason is still doing a pretty solid job right now. So if the players continue to buy in, then I think we are going to be in a good position for the rest of the season. And Coach Harson is going to be, I think he's doing right now, I think he's doing a great job as far as, coaching these boys and holding them accountable too. I think
yeah, man. Yeah, I was about to say, yeah, man. The discipline is there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You can tell that his handprint is starting to rub off to the program. You know what I'm saying? I think going forward, we're gonna start looking more and more like our head coach. You know what I'm saying? His demeanor, his attitude. I think that was the best called game from Bobo all season. So maybe as we're going, he's getting more comfortable with what he's doing. He's getting more comfortable with what he has to work with and what we do well. So hopefully that was a sign of things to come. I think we have, like I said, I think we have the right guys in place. I would like to see a little more production from.
Okay.
I think, like I said, this could be the building block to get us going forward. I really like what I saw Saturday. Like I said, the runs compared to the pass, the balance has to be there. And if the balance is there, then I think, what I'm saying, we'll be all right. If we just don't put the game in Bo's hands to just willy-nilly, just running around and just pass. If we're not throwing it 45 times a game, we'll be all right.
Yeah, I agree. Well, hey, y'all, thank y'all so much for listening to CNT Talking Tigers once again. Listen, we'll be back. We'll be back next week for the Ole Miss game. Back at home. Once again, we are enjoying the bye week. If you are like us, make sure you catch the rest of the college football games and check out the other teams this week. But we'll be back next week for another episode. But you haven't already.
And while we're gone, during the bye week, no Auburn game this week, so you can go back and catch up on any episodes that you hadn't seen, you hadn't finished, You know, you can go back from the beginning and see how we started and see how we got here. You know, you can flow through the season with us if you like. You know, just to pass the time, you know.
Yeah, this is a good weekend for you all to catch up on the show. Yeah, so you can be with us. Binge watch CNT.
You know what I'm saying? CNT and chill. Get your gun and
I see it. I'm on week. But hey, make sure y'all subscribe. Make sure you also follow on our social media avenues, CNT Talking Tigers on all social media avenues. Man, we're gonna be back again next week. This is a good week to catch up. But until then, look, man, we hope y'all be safe out here. We hope y'all enjoying college football. And one more time, War Eagle to y'all. And we'll see y'all next week.
Thank y'all for coming out. God bless you. Good night.